Okay friends, today we're going to implementing the QR code scanner, and we're gonna use the Wonder library which is implements over the Zings library. And I'm not going to talk any longer, just go straight to the project. I'm gonna choose the empty view activity, so just click on the next button, and then we're going to name the project over there, and I'm gonna choose Kotlin as the backend language. Okay, then just click the finish button. Then we have to wait a moment to the project to build some background task, and we may need 1 or 2 minutes to wait this. So after this, you're gonna go to the GitHub link. I'm gonna place the link in the description box. Then we have to copy this one and go back to the Android Studio. Then go to the Gradle scripts and select this file, settings.gradle. And over here, we're going to paste it. And then you're gonna see something error, so we have to fix that. Then we have to copy this dependency, and then we're going back to the Android Studio and paste it into this dependency scope. Alright, so you can see that there is an error because of this code style is in the old version 1. So we have to update it by just place that into the parentheses. Then we click the since now, so it's gonna be download all the dependency that related to this library, and we have to wait a moment to download that. Okay, so I'm gonna close all these panels, and we go into design in the activity main, and we don't have to design it from scratch. So we're just going to copy that code in this GitHub. Then we're gonna replace all this XML code. And you can see there is many properties that you can play with it. And this one, for example, we can change the corner radius, or you can change the frame aspect ratio, height or width. For example, you can change it if this value is equally is gonna be change the shape of the camera. And about these properties, it's gonna be change the frame thickness. And for the last one, I'm going to modify this frame color to the red one, but you can see the designer is not changing at all. So let me build the project. Now we can see there is a frame color change and corner radius as well. Okay, then we gonna start adding the permission, the camera permission. And you might see this error, so just click on this shortcut key and it's gonna add this uses feature tag. So just go back to the main activity class, and we're going to add the code inside there. Let's go back to the GitHub page. I'm gonna copy this batch of code, and then we're gonna paste in here inside this function. And then you gotta see this kind of error because we not yet import the class into this project yet. So I'm gonna do it quickly. And about this one is the variable we have to declare on the global scope so that we can use it in another function. And for the next one, we're going to add this code as well. And about this kind of code is maintained on the Android lifecycle. And you can see the function is alright on resume and on pause. Okay, now we can see the error is gone. And then move to the next step, we're going to check the permission. So let's create a new function. I'm going to pass it two parameters, which is the first one is the permission. And the second one is the request code, which is accept only integer. Okay, so we're gonna call out the function to check whether our app has been granted a particular permission by user or not. So in this case, we're going to check it's not granted, and then we're going to show the request permission to the user. Alright, so we're gonna call this function into the main activity. On the grad method. And then for the request code, it is the random number, which is you can use any number as you want. So in this case, I'm gonna use 200 for the request code. Alright, so we're going to start the application to run this, whether it's gonna be work or not. And this is not emulator, it's just the mirroring from my device, my real device. I'm using a power mirror. Now the application launch, and you can see this is the permission on runtime. That's ask the user to allow the camera access. So we should click on this allow to access the camera permission. And now I'm going to find sample one. So let's test on this one, the QR code, this one. You can see that when we scan it and show the toast message on the button here, you can see. And so if we go back to this code and we change the scan mode to another one, you will see it's different. And previously I'm using the single, so we can capture only one image. You can see that the image is freezing in the screen here. You may try the options such as the camera using the default launch. When we launch, we use the back camera or just front camera. And another one is the format. We can use scan barcode only or just only QR code, something like that. But mostly we prefer to all formats that we can scan all, both barcode and QR code. And now we're going to make the camera that we can zoom in and zoom out. Just put this slider that we can make it change, and then it's gonna be a zoom in or zoom out the camera. And giving the ID is a ticking bar. So I'm going to place this into the code scanner view element. And now we go back to the main activity Kotlin, which we're going to writing in the backend code. So first thing, we go to find the ID, which is seeking bar that we already placed it. Okay. And then we're going to set the listener, which is when we change or slide left to right, it's gonna be produce the result value from there. So we're going to implement those methods, which is have the on progress change and on start dragging touch, something like that. So I'm going to write code inside this on progress chain. When we change the value, it's gonna be place the value into the option zoom. Okay. So now we're going to run the code again, run the application, and let's see how it's work. You're gonna slide left or right. There you can see that the zoom in and zoom out based on the value that we just put in. Okay, so I try on this. You can see it work as well. Okay. So in this thing, you can change into whatever you want. You want when it's decode and get the result. You want the result to do something, and over there. You can see it's very simple and easy to implement. And you can find out the document on the GitHub link I will place on the description. You can check it out. Okay, so I think it's enough for this tutorial. I hope you gotta learn something from this video, and click subscribe and share this video to your friend if you think it's helpful. Later, we'll see you in the next.